Two bikers slapped a 79-year-old veteran in a diner. But 1 hour later, his son arrived. With the army, they thought he was just an old man. Slow, quiet, and alone. Two bikers humiliated and slapped a 79-year-old veteran in a small-town diner. But what they didn't know was, his son was an active-duty army commander. And when he arrived with his unit, everything changed. It was a crisp fall morning in Boulder Creek, a quiet town where everyone knew your name, and where Miller's Diner had been serving hot coffee and country-style breakfasts for over 50 years. At 9:13 a.m., Frank Dawson, a 79-year-old Vietnam War veteran, walked in with his usual slow steps. He wore a worn-out leather jacket with faded army patches and a cap that read U.S. Army Retired. He sat in his regular booth near the window, ordered scrambled eggs and black coffee, and pulled out a small photo of his late wife. He looked at it, smiled, and whispered, "It's our anniversary today, love." The waitress, Jenny, knew him well. She always gave him extra bacon on the house, but peace didn't last long that morning. Two loud bikers in leather vests stomped in, clearly hungover from a rough night. Tattoos, beer breath, and bad tempers. One of them noticed Frank's military patches and snorted. "Look at Grandpa G.I. Joe. Still playing soldier, huh?" The diner fell quiet. Frank ignored them. Years of discipline taught him better. But they didn't stop. One of the bikers, a big man named Tank, approached Frank's table. "Hey, old man. Don't ignore me when I'm talking, dot." Frank looked up, calm and collected. "I surfed so punks like you could run your mouth in a free country. That's when it happened." Slap. Tank struck Frank across the face. Gasps. Jenny screamed. A young man tried to intervene but was shoved back. Frank fell against the booth, bleeding slightly from his lip. "You just disrespected a war hero," someone yelled. But the bikers laughed. "Hero? Please. He's just an old man." Frank didn't say a word. He pulled out his flip phone, hands shaking slightly, and made one short call. "Son. It happened again. Same place. I'm fine. Just hurry." He ended the call. The bikers mocked him. "What's your little boy gonna do, bring the retirement home?" Frank sat back down. "No," he said softly. "My son's not from a retirement home. He's from the United States Army." At exactly 10:17 a.m., the doors of Miller's Diner flung open. In marched Captain Marcus Dawson, Frank's only son, in full military uniform, eyes blazing. Behind him came two black SUVs, followed by 8 uniformed soldiers from the nearby base. The diner fell dead silent. Marcus approached the bikers without blinking. "Which one of you touched my father?" Tank stood up, pretending to be tough. "You his son? Cute uniform. What are you gonna do, lecture me?" Marcus didn't flinch. "No. But I'm going to make sure you learn what respect means." He nodded once. His soldiers surrounded the bikers calmly but firmly. The local sheriff, also a veteran, had been notified by Marcus en route. Within minutes, law enforcement arrived and arrested the bikers for assault. Before they were taken out, Marcus stood in front of them and said, "You hit a man who once carried his wounded brothers through enemy fire. You hit a man who buried friends so you could walk freely. You hit a man who never raised his hand to anyone but stood up for everyone." Then, turning to his father, "Dad, the Army's got your back. Always." Frank's eyes welled up. The entire diner, staff, and customers stood and clapped. That evening, the mayor declared it Frank Dawson Day. Dozens of veterans, active duty soldiers, and townsfolk gathered outside the diner, holding flags and signs that read, "Respect our heroes. Thank you, Mr. Dawson. Real men wear honor." Frank was given a brand new military jacket and a medal by his own son. "You never asked for thanks, Dad," Marcus whispered. "But today you're getting it." Frank cried softly as he held the photo of his wife again. "You see that, love? I wasn't alone today. Miller's Diner now has a new plaque on the wall. Here sat Frank Dawson, a man of quiet strength, slapped by ignorance, defended by honor, never forgotten. And below it, respect is earned and defended." To this day, soldiers stop by the diner just to sit in Frank's booth. Some just to say thanks. Some to leave flowers. And some, just like his son, to promise, "No one disrespects our heroes," and walks away like nothing happened.